Tensions in the Middle East are entering a new and dangerous phase. Despite powerful military strikes by the United States and Israel, Iran still appears far from defeated. Hundreds of attacks have been carried out, and many key facilities have been destroyed. Yet the conflict has reached a point where neither side can claim a clear victory. This raises an important question. Is the strategy of the United States and Israel against Iran beginning to fail? Reports suggest that on February 28th, the United States and Israel launched a coordinated military campaign against Iran. The main objective was to weaken Iran's leadership and pressure the country politically and militarily. During the early stages of the campaign, multiple strategic and military locations across Iran were targeted in heavy strikes. However, despite the scale of destruction, these attacks have not translated into a decisive political success. Instead of collapsing under pressure, Iran has responded with strong resistance. Iran retaliated by launching missile and drone attacks toward Israeli territory. At the same time, U.S. military bases across the Middle East have also faced increased threats. Tensions have even extended into maritime routes, raising concerns about the safety of international shipping lanes and global trade. According to analysts, Iran's strategy is based on asymmetric warfare and long-term resistance rather than traditional battlefield victories. This approach focuses on increasing the cost of war for its opponents and forcing them into a prolonged and exhausting conflict. The situation is no longer limited to Iran alone. Armed groups aligned with Iran in Lebanon and Iraq are becoming increasingly involved, turning the conflict into a broader regional crisis. In Yemen, the Houthi movement has not yet fully entered the conflict, but if the war intensifies further, their involvement could make the situation far more complicated. Meanwhile, the United States itself appears to be facing a strategic dilemma. At times, Washington takes a strong military stance, while at other moments it signals interest in diplomacy. This mixed approach suggests that the U.S. may not have a clear long-term objective. Some analysts even argue that the conflict began largely due to pressure from Israel. For Israel, a prolonged war also carries serious risks. As a geographically small country, maintaining a long and costly conflict can create significant pressure on its economy and security. In contrast, Iran's objective appears much simpler. Iran doesn't necessarily need to defeat the United States militarily or destroy Israel's military power to achieve its goals. For Iran, survival itself can be considered a victory. If the Iranian state remains intact, if its leadership maintains political control, and if its regional alliances stay active, then the core political objective of this military pressure could ultimately fail. Experts believe several outcomes are possible. The United States might eventually declare victory and withdraw. Another possibility is the emergence of a new diplomatic agreement. However, the most likely scenario may be a long and drawn-out conflict that gradually expands into a wider regional or even global crisis. In the end, the outcome of this war may not be decided by who destroys more targets. Instead, it may depend on one simple question: who can endure the conflict the longest? And if Iran manages to survive the pressure, the strategic advantage could ultimately shift in its